Hello. When I first went to secondary school in the mid-1970s, digital calculators were just becoming affordable so that anyone who wanted one could buy one. Up to that point, you either had to do your maths by hand or get a mechanical calculator. The maths department at Stoneleys Academy had a few of these mechanical calculators, and I just loved them when I first found out about them. And I happen to have one here. Let me show you how it works. Here is a mechanical calculator. It's a lovely thing. When I first saw these mechanical calculators, I was fascinated by them. And now I am delighted that someone has given me the guardianship of this one here. It is actually the same model as the one that I first met at school, and it is a year younger than me. This was made in 1963, and it's a very clever machine. You can put numbers on these dials here, and then by turning the handle you can either add them or subtract them to the numbers down here. Fairly straightforward. So let's find the square of 256. 2, 5, 6, and then you can see the number up there. Now I add 6 of those. You can see in here it's reading how many times I've turned the handle. Now I could carry on and turn the handle 256 times. That would be a bit silly, because if I move this, I'm now adding tens. So I add 5 of those. And then obviously enough, I do hundreds and I add 4 of those. And there we go. The square of 256 is 65536. If I turn the handle the other way, it'll do subtraction. So we can use that to do division. Now, I want to cancel the numbers here, but I don't want to cancel this number, I just want to cancel that number. This little beastie under here, if I go over there and then cancel, just cancels the number, the count over there. Now, let's divide this number again, but this time divide it by 128. There we are. Now we line this up so that when we subtract we don't go past 0, we don't go into negative numbers. So there we have 128 over this, we go. Now as you can see, we can't take any more of that or go negative. What happens if I happen to go negative is it rings a wee bell. So it reminds me, put them back on, step to the left, carry on, step to the left, and there we go. This is down to 0, and it's 512, which is the right answer. Now there's all kinds of clever things this beastie does. If we go back to this one here, and I want to take the cube of 256, we go. Now what I want to do is I want to multiply this number by 256. So I push that button to get us back to the beginning. This time, if I use the red lever, it cancels everything on the top, but I pull it further, one click further. Now when I cancel this button, it transfers a number that was here to up there. There we go. 256 cubed is 167777216. Who would have known? Now the next thing we want to do is if we're dividing and it's not going to be a complete number, because as you saw when I divided 65536 by 128, I did it at this side here. Now if, say for instance, we wanted to divide 256 by 127, so this time I'm moving it over to the left there, and we put it down there. Now I don't want this one here. There you go, 1, 2, 7. These little floating things here are just handy little reference things, so I can put it here because I know it's going to be slightly more than 2, because 128 is half of 256, so 127 would be 2 point something. So this is going to be my decimal point, because when I start taking that off, there we go, and then you move this to the left. There's a 0 underneath this 1, so we can't have that. So we go again, and now there we go. Now we've reached the end of our, as far as we can go on the number here, so we've got 2.015748. If you need more precision than this, it is possible now to take these numbers and shift them up and clear that and do, it's a rigmarole, but you can do it. And before electronic calculators and computers, it would have been easier than doing the whole thing by hand. There you go, that is a quick rundown of some of the useful functions on this beastie here. There you are. I hope you've enjoyed the wee look at this mechanical calculator, as sketchy and rapid as it was. We may return to it later and use it to help work out some real problem. You never know. However, if you've enjoyed this quick look at the mechanical calculator, a like, a comment and or a subscribe would be awfully nice. I'll be back next week talking about something else, and in the meantime, have fun till then.